Hello, everyone. For those who do not know me, I am WRG Ben, product manager on Star Trek Timelines at Wicked Realm Games. I'm very excited to do our first ever WRG stream. It's been a long time coming, so been very excited for this. Since this is our first stream, please let me know if audio sounds good, if everything looks, not broken. I would very much appreciate that. Awesome. There's an echo. Let me figure that out for a quick second. How about now? Does it sound better? Test. Is there still an echo? Alrighty. How about now? How about now? Better? Awesome. All right. Well, we're stumbling through it. We're figuring it out. Um, it is our first stream, so I appreciate everyone's patience. Awesome. So today, my fleet and I will be playing the new Fleet Boss Battles feature, so you can all get a better look at how this feature works and plays. So throughout this stream, feel free to ask any questions surrounding this new feature. We do have Shan in chat, who will be answering some questions, and I will also be reading chat. So feel free to post some questions there. We have already done an introduction video to Fleet Boss Battles and a teaser video that is on our YouTube channel, so feel free to check that out to get kind of a first pass of that, because this video will be a little more in depth. Okay, so first, there are two parts to this feature, the Fleet Boss Battle and the Captain's Bridge. First, we'll take a look at the Fleet Boss Battle. So right at launch in the beginning, we will be taking down the Doomsday Machine. And at launch, there will be 6 difficulties of the Doomsday Machine. So all fleets will have to start out on the easy difficulty. And then once easy is completed and your fleet takes down the easy Doomsday Machine, normal difficulty will unlock, and etc. up to hard, brutal, nightmare, and straight pain, ultra nightmare. Which I don't know if it's gonna be able to be doable, to be honest. It's very, very difficult. We've tried it a few times. So I'll be excited to see if any fleets can pull that off. So first we're going to start out at easy, but each of them do have their own kind of requirements. For easy difficulty, the ships that you'll be able to use are 1-star and 2-star ships only, and crew 1-star and 2-star crew. For normal, 1-star to 3-star ships, and 1-star to 3-star crew. For hard, 2-star to 4-star, and then for crew, 1-star to 4-star. And for brutal, for ships, 3-star to 4-star only, and crew 1 to 4. For nightmare, 4-star and 5 stars only, crew 1 to 5, and then Ultra Nightmare, only 5-star ships, and you can use all different crew. So we will jump right into easy at first. This is a fleet that a couple WRG employees have been playing around in the past few days. So you can see we already have completed the easy difficulty to unlock normal, but we're just gonna jump in and easy here. And let's start it up for our fleet. Battle has started. So right from the start, we can see that we have this thing called a combo chain. And we have these 3 different nodes here that have a trait assigned to them and a list of possible traits below. Here we have to start using crew with these traits in order to satisfy one of these nodes. Once all nodes are satisfied, our fleet will do a mega attack, reducing the boss's health by 12% here, you can see on the right. You can assign crew from the battle start screen or this combo screen. Personally, I like to jump between both, but I do like using the combo screen here. So we can only use 1-star and 2-star crew here for this one. And we have a couple nodes here. One has Maverick, one has Human, one has Federation. Human and Federation, pretty wide there for traits. So I can click on these nodes and it will automatically filter my crew for crew that have whatever this trait is over here to the left, the Maverick trait, and any other traits that are listed here in the bottom possible traits. So right now, I only have Human and Mavericks. I don't have a Maverick with any other trait down here. So let's just kind of assign Paris, and we'll try to do the same thing. Let's kind of look at Human here. There should be a lot of them, but we can look at, there's a lot of Human Federations we have. We know Federation is on the list. I saw it down here. See if there's any others that we can use. Hologram. Let's use that one. So now I've filled all my ship slots. Let's continue on here and try to do some damage. So you can see I phase in. So we spent some time on the little details, being able to phase in and warp in and warp out. So for this demo purpose, I'm just gonna do auto on 3x to run through it. But you can see this boss is pretty tough. It wiped me up pretty quick. So this is how much damage it did. About 143,000, which is not bad, but we could definitely do better. But let's see if we completed any nodes. Oh, it looks like we did. So it looks like our Federation hologram completed a node, which is pretty cool. You'll notice here now, once I've completed a node, that the list of possible traits has disappeared. And so we want to give everyone in the fleet a chance in order to complete a node. So once you have completed a node, you will not be able to complete another node in this set. You'll have to start communicating with your fleet in order to have other members of your fleet complete some of these nodes. So we can do this. Mega attack here. So I know I used Paris for that first slot, so I can go ahead, go to my chat here, and we can see we have Carmen in here. We have a few folks up in here. So I'll just say, I used Paris, but did not unlock the first node. So that's just giving my fleet a little more information so they can complete their nodes. Let's go back into it. In the meantime, while my fleet is kind of catching up and getting some of those nodes, I can still participate. if I look into our fleet damage rankings here, looks like Mustard Tiger is doing pretty well. Um, he's doing much better than I am right now. But rewards, if you do the most damage, you will get the best rewards. There's a couple different types of rewards. There's personal damage rewards. So, with just yourself, if you do within these ranges of amount of damage to fleets, then these are the rewards you're going to get. You can notice that we have a very unique new resource here. Now these are going to be used to upgrade your buffs in the Captain's Bridge, which we'll get to in a little bit. But over here, boss destruction reward. Great. It looks like someone else completed a node. Carmen, nice. So in the meantime, let's just do another battle to try to move up our fleet damage rankings here. But this time, I'm going to change who I have. I'm really just going to be going for damage here. So let's kind of scroll and take a look at who would be pretty good to use here. Any suggestions in chat? What are you rolling in the early arena division? Striker seems pretty good. Let's use Riker there. Yeah, let's set up like that for now. Actually, I think I saw. Yeah, there we go. Let's go for damage. King and O'Brien. Yep, we've used that a lot in playtesting. That's a really good one. So we did a little more damage that time. So you can see now that we're not necessarily going for a node, I can kind of change my strategy and really aim for just maximum damage. And so you kind of want to go back and forth by completing nodes, because completing nodes and completing those combos with your fleet is the most efficient way to do the most damage and to destroy the boss quicker. So you're definitely going to want to do those, and then you're going to want to kind of change your strategy and think about, all right, how am I going to deal the most damage I can? It's been really fun. Oh, it looks like my fleet completed a combo chain. Awesome. It looks like we got a new one as well. So you can see boss's health did go down by a decent amount. Oh, it looks like WRG Joe is also in here. Once traits are, once a node is completed with certain traits, you can see that they become grayed out in the possible trait list. This is to slowly kind of whittle down, the amount of crew that you might have to be trying in order to complete these nodes. So it looks like Desperate's on here twice, which is pretty interesting. So no, I don't have any desperate crew, so I might have to rely on some of my fleet mates in order to do that. But I do have a couple of civilians. So I'll put Kess on here, and then maybe I'll use Phlox. If I can find any of them, might not be here. There we go, much easier. Cool, so let's use these two and see if we can complete that node. Oh, it looks like it ran into an error. This is a beta. Do want to remind folks we are still working out some of these kinks and some of these bugs. We have been for a few weeks now. We deployed the server to support this client a few weeks, so we've been taking our time on production, doing our due diligence and testing to make sure that things like that will not happen once this does go live. So there's obviously some more work to do, but this is a beta, and we definitely want to grow and make adjustments as we go forward. So let's try that again. So Shan ended up getting that next one. Oh, it looks like we completed that one. Someone must have gotten two. Yep. Wow, Fleet is kicking it right now. That one was another 12% damage. So you can see that the boss is now a little lower. And our goal here is to end up finishing this this easy difficulty here. So let's take a look at what this last node, these last combo is. Wow, Fleet is doing work. Let's try these. Very cool detail that we added to this feature is that in the beginning, if you're the only one attacking this boss, you will not see any of these other ships flying around and attacking. But once your other fleet mates join in on the fight, you'll see them flying around and doing damage. One of the small details which I personally really like. So we're slowly chipping away at the boss's health, but we'll continue to do so. And we'll warp out. Damage is getting a little better. It's always good. Ooh, Carmen got a double node here. So the way these nodes are set up and the way that they work is that if you complete one node, you won't be able to complete any other node. But on the same battle, if you select two crew that satisfy two nodes, you can basically get a 2-for-1, and you can complete two nodes. So that's what Karma just did there. So for physician, oh, looks like Joe completed that one. Let's see what everyone's saying in here. Looks like Joe's been pretty active. If only I read this earlier, some of them know what the last one was going to be. So we completed that node, and we have completed all the combos for easy. Now for the rest, we're just going to have to grind it out. So now let's kind of change what I have going on here. I think there is an O'Brien, which I really like using. I've also been playing around with using crew that their ability is to recharge their hull. which has been very interesting to play around with. If I'm able to kind of stack those, especially in the higher difficulties where I'm able to have 3 or 4 crew on my ship, my battle is able to last much longer, and in some instances, I'm able to do more damage. Um, so kind of setting up your ship structure a little differently from time to time, kind of experimenting with what works and what doesn't. Let's kind of mess around here with what we got. I'm not feeling any of these. How about this one? Let's try to boost our attack speed. See how that does. Oh, I am out of Valor. Valor is the currency in order to attack the boss. You are able to recharge your Valor 1 every 3 hours. And so you are able to purchase some for dilithium, as very other parts of our game as well. So let's just do that. Do you have to unfreeze crew to use them here? Yes, you do. Um, that is something that we've been looking at. I believe I want to add some additional crew slots for this next server that comes out tomorrow. So I'll be just to kind of help with that initial run. But once, especially with bigger fleets, once those fleets are going through the early difficulties of easy, normal, you'll be able to kind of freeze those early crew again, the 1 stars and 2 stars, and really not have to worry about it. Because you'll be able to get all the different kinds of resources you need to upgrade your buffs and upgrade your captain's bridge in all of the difficulties. Yeah, the Kang O'Brien, that's a good one that we've been using, especially with playtesting. That's a really good one we've been using. And we're getting there. But let's do one more, and then we'll have our fleet wrap up the rest. Let's just go for some maximum damage here. Much better. So while my fleet's wrapping up, let's take a look at the fleet damage rankings real quick. Wow, Joe, Carmen, and Mustard Tiger are really pushing it. I'm curious what their builds look like. If you guys are listening, very curious. Feel free to put it in the chat. Okay, now at this point, let's just take a look at what our captain's bridge is going to look like. So the captain's bridge is included in the manifest panel. And that's where I can upgrade my ship stats, unlock new buffs. Some buffs you will see are ship attack damage, some shields, and bonus damage to the boss. And antimatter. Yes, antimatter for voyages, which is the first time we're having that. But it looks like I'm a little short on resources, so I'll wait until the battle is completed. But As I am donating resources and increasing these buffs here, um, I'm able to collect some more rewards and some bonus rewards here. Nice, some dilithium, some chronotons, some honor, and some valor. So the bridge, as you level up the bridge, your buffs will get stronger and stronger. You'll also be able to see your buffs in the buffs panel up here. And you can see there's a long way to go. Looks like my fleet is continuing to do damage here, but we'll go back to the captain's bridge. So as we complete and donate and increase our buffs, our meter down here will increase to the point where we can level up our bridge. By leveling up your bridge, you'll have a new set of buffs you can donate to and increase. And also, you'll see some changes to our captain's bridge here. Some panels will come in, some lights will come in and flash, and even some crew. So let's help our fleet wrap up this final battle here so we can upgrade the captain's bridge. The bridge buffs are also unique to you. You don't share the bridge with your fleet. That is a kind of single player progression system. Only the battles are for the whole fleet. The bridge is personal. We're slowly but surely getting there. The WRG fleet I am in is pretty small. I think we have about maybe 7 members, 8 members. So obviously with bigger fleets, you guys will be able to rinse through this fairly quick, especially the early difficulties. Yeah, we're getting close. So the boss, yeah, that's a good point. The boss does see through cloaking, and the boss also does not miss. So your evasion doesn't matter here. It's a doomsday machine. Its attack is very, very large. So it cannot miss. And that was the unique kind of um, ability that we wanted to add to this boss to make this one different from future bosses we may be adding in a few months' time. Any other questions I can answer while we're grinding through the rest of this? The early difficulties will probably not require all fleet members, no. Though the late ones, for sure. This is as the difficulty increases, it becomes very, very, very difficult, especially for fleets that have a small amount of members. So it's very much recommended to either combine fleets or be in a fleet that has a decent amount of members in it. Looks we're getting pretty close. Let's just get a little more here so we can help wrap up. Can we use crew that are busy on shuttles or voyages? No, you cannot. So with future fleet boss battles, cloak or evade might be more useful. Possibly. We're still in the kind of designing processes of what that next fleet boss battle is going to be, but it is in development. And on that note as well, we already have our next update to Fleet Boss Battles, Fleet Boss Battles V2, already spec'd out. We're already developing it. Like I said, this first version that we're going to be turning on tomorrow, hopefully this will go live tomorrow, is a beta of this feature. It's our first stab at it, and we're already in development on an addition to this feature that we're actually very, very excited about. Um, it is a tad too early to talk about it right now, but I'll probably end up doing the stream maybe in a month or so to kind of showcase what that is and what it's going to look like because it is pretty exciting. So we did it. We completed it. Battle's over. Let's view the results. These rewards also are getting changed with our server push tomorrow. So some of these will get adjusted, but a reward for personal damage, some honor, some trainers, some credits, and some of our new resource here that we can use in our bridge. Cool. So let's go back, see what our fleet has to say. Looks like Joe is running Ninja Torres. That's a pretty good one. 200k damage, that was much better than what I was getting. Cool, so we got some rewards here. Let's upgrade our buff. There is a bug here. Some of this is not displaying right. That will be corrected in tomorrow's server push. So nothing to worry about there. But let's upgrade our bridge. Let's get this last buff done with. We can see how the bridge changes. Nice. So we got a crew in there now, and by the end, I believe we have 10 or 15 levels. I believe. Let me double check that. So there's plenty to bite through here, and there are also multiple resources that you do get that you can only get in certain difficulties. So we have a few different resources for fleet boss battles that you can only get in normal and or in hard or in the harder difficulties in brutal. So you're definitely going to have to kind of move your way up and fight the harder bosses. We have some new buffs here with hull and some accuracy. These buffs also do count for all ship actions in the game. So using your ship in arena, these buffs are also included in that. Ben isn't a fleet officer. I know, isn't that crazy, Cranky? Nonsense. Any plans for different bridges and crews? Yes, we have a new bridge that we're also developing right now. Also a little too early to talk about. But one thing I forgot to note is that we do have uh, some unique rewards in Captain's Bridge. We have 2 unique crew that are exclusive and 1 unique ship that is exclusive to Fleet Boss Battles and the Captain's Bridge. You could only receive them in the Captain's Bridge. And yes, we do have 20 levels of the bridge. So there's plenty. It should take you guys a fair while to kind of get through that content. I'm hoping, but I've been surprised before. Same with skirmishes, yes. Yeah, the buff will be included in skirmishes. The captain's chair and the bridge is not there yet. We have to level up our bridge in order for it to pop in, to be added. So you're kind of building this bridge over time, which is pretty cool, and you get to see it change, which is pretty cool, interesting form of progression along with the buffs. Any plans for more resources for merit income for unfreezing crew? That is something we're going to be looking at very closely once we do launch this. We do suspect that some fleets, especially the larger fleets, will be able to get through the early difficulties fairly quick. So you'll only have to kind of go through that process once of freezing, unfreezing, um, for the most part. But yeah, that is something we are taking an eye, keeping an eye on, and will address if we feel like we have to. So will the other bridges be vanity options or change as we continue to upgrade? Yeah, they will change as we continue to upgrade, and they will be specific bridges from specific ship. Too early to talk about it a little more now, but hopefully soon. Will it be like the gauntlet when the bridge or ship you get as reward changes occasionally? No. So the rewards, the specific crew you're going to be getting in this specific captain's bridge, this specific bridge will be the same crew. We will not be cycling them out. We'll be releasing new bridges with new exclusive crew and new exclusive ships. Is it still planned to go live tomorrow? Yes, as of right now, yes. We do need to do a force upgrade. It's most likely we'll probably end up doing our force upgrade tomorrow. We said we were going to do it today, but we were busy making some final changes to things. The release is planned for tomorrow. If we're not able to set everything up in time, or we don't feel comfortable with releasing, then it will release on Wednesday. I saw a comment on the antimatter. I believe the full bonus on antimatter that you can receive in the Captain's Bridge is about 9%, 9.5%. That's the full total. So that's over time as you donate. No, not 6-star crew and 6-star ships. Although we do joke about that way too much in the office. For crew, that definitely should not be a 6-star. But no, no 6-stars. Will there be an additional starbase room added to boost boss fight stats? No. You'll be able to boost your own ship stats through the Captain's Bridge. So I do want to remind folks as well that this is a beta. We will be adjusting things and tweaking things over time, and we definitely want your feedback so we can make this feature better in the future. So we'll have some on our forums. We'll most likely Shannon will set up a thread where we can get some. You guys can post your feedback there. Um, and all feedback is going to help. So we really do appreciate um, the feedback there. So definitely after you give it some time, go on onto the forums there and give us your feedback. What happens if your fleet does not destroy the Doomsday Machine? Then you'll only get a portion of the rewards based on how much damage that you did do. But obviously, the most, if you're able to take down the Doomsday Machine, then that's the biggest chunk of rewards you will get. And the rewards do scale the harder difficulties. Any sneak peek on the lower decks mega? Not just yet, but probably soon. It's coming. It's coming around that time. So will you lose the buffs from the old bridge when we release a new one? No, you'll still have those buffs. And you'll probably see new exclusive buffs and then new bridge as well. Great, last call for questions. Last call. At what time will the update take place tomorrow? Kind of unknown as of this point. It will probably take place. So we'll probably do a force upgrade tomorrow morning. Most likely maybe around 10 a.m. Eastern. And then either right after that, um, after we deploy a server, then we will most likely be releasing fleet boss battles. So maybe around 1 or 2 o'clock Eastern. That's the best guess I have right now. But we're not going to know until tomorrow. We're going to be pushing our server, doing some final testing, making sure everything is in place, and then keep an eye out for this feature going live. But if it's not going to release tomorrow, it will release on Wednesday. Bridges will be run concurrently, yes. How often can a new boss battle be started? You and your fleet can start as many boss battles as you have difficulties unlocked. So we can have, you know, multiple ones running, which is pretty cool. So you can have different members be kind of focusing on certain things, and they last 24 hours. Yes, for a 24-hour battle, you sure defeated the Doomsday fast. Yep, as it gets harder, trust me, it's gonna be rough. We have had a lot of fun playtesting this and playing this the past few weeks and messing around with it. Um, we've been sharing, what our best setup is um, for specific difficulties and specific occasions. So it's really been a blast. I'm really excited, and the whole team's excited to release this feature and see how you guys feel about it. And so we're really excited to be releasing it this week. It's been a grind to get to the point, but we really believe in this feature. We're really excited to get it out, and Like I said before, we're already looking at new features, or we're already looking at an addition to this feature for our next client or our client after that. That's definitely going to mix things up a bit. So we're super excited to continue to invest in this feature, um, and we think it's going to add a lot of gameplay and a lot of content to the game. Only the bosses are 6 stars. There are no 6 star um, player controlled ships. Can they be replayed so new people can keep picking up the lower ones? Yes, they can. Yep, as soon as one is finished, looks like someone else already kicked off a battle and they completed a node. But just to put that in perspective, let's do one let's do one normal battle here as a closing statement. And as the difficulties go up, the amount of the percentage of damage that you'll do when a combo is completed will change. It'll be a little less. The boss will be much harder, have a lot more hull, and the traits might also get harder as well. The traits that are selected. Trait nodes and chains, they are randomly generated, but to an extent. So you can see I barely made a dent there, and that was just me. So even normal is going to be a little difficult, I think. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, traits are selected. Um, so the way, I guess, the way we kind of do that behind the scenes is we look at what difficulties are enabled for the specific, battle. So like in normal, this, it'll be 2 stars and 3 star crew, or actually I think it's 1 to 3 star crew. Um, it will choose, a specific um, traits within that, and then see what other traits, crew also have those traits. Um, and so you'll notice the earlier nodes might be a little easier. The traits will be a little more broad, something like human or Starfleet or Federation, but the later ones might become more specific, and there'll be less crew that can complete that node. Harder as in rarer, yes. Yep. We do not currently have um, any plans to release the Doomsday Machine as a ship to collect at this time. Yeah, Doomsday versus Doomsday would be kind of crazy. I agree. So to regenerate, the cap for Valor is 4. So right now I can regenerate up to 4, but I can purchase past that as well. Like if I purchase some Valor right now, I'll end up, because I get 4, I'll end up with 6 out of 4. I won't be regenerating anymore because I'm over that cap, but I can purchase more. Yep, one every 3 hours. You might need more crew slots. That is actually why we just had a crew slot sale in order to um, enable you guys to kind of get ahead with some of the slots you are going to have to either freeze or crew you're going to have to freeze and unfreeze. So while the sale is going on, definitely take advantage of that crew slot sale currently. Once we get to super rare and legendary, that gets very interesting, and not as many people have accrued possible traits. Yeah, totally. It's definitely going to be a little more difficult as you know, obviously as the difficult gets harder, but it also opens up a lot of opportunity in as the way you can kind of set up your ship. Like I said before, I was messing around with a build that I had that I was doing all hull repair, and I was actually able to do more damage uh, because I was able to fight the Doomsday Machine longer. How is this going to affect events and day-to-day crew improvements in terms of available resources to run everything? Um, all you need is is valor in order to kind of kick off these boss battles. So it shouldn't affect too much. Or actually, you'll be getting a little more rewards from the captain's bridge. So it might help a little bit, but crew slots are one of those things that might have to be managed a little more as well. So definitely try to finish up those low star crew and even just all crew to try to free up some crew slots. Yep, the crew slot sale is still active. It's going to be active until tomorrow, around probably noon or 1 o'clock Eastern. Yeah, you're definitely going to have to work with your fleet. Uh, to say like, hey, I tried these crew for this node and it did not work. So it's, the other trait is not hologram. Let's try to use, let's use a Starfleet that has, a different trait. So communication is going to be pretty key. A few times while playtesting it, we all decided to get into a Google Hangout or a Discord. Um, and so we were able to kind of talk and kind of walk through things there, which was pretty fun. So I'll definitely see. I'll probably end up seeing other fleets do that, which would be pretty cool. Yes, fleet boss. Yes, Shan is correct. Fleet boss battles is a marathon, not a sprint. Is it possible to beat the boss with no crew? Yes, but you won't be able to unlock any nodes. So, I mean, maybe you can add that into nightmare mode for Star Trek timelines. But we don't recommend it because it'll be very difficult. You'll have to just kind of whittle down the boss's health over time. Awesome. I think I'm going to wrap it up there. We appreciate everyone coming in and joining. This was a lot of fun. This is our first stream, and we'll definitely end up doing it in the future. Doing another one in the future, that is. So yeah. Thanks everyone for stopping by. Make sure when this feature does go live, give it a playthrough, play it for a few days, and then please give us your feedback on our forums. We very much appreciate it. We want to improve this feature and make it better for everyone. We already have some plans to do that already, but we know once this feature goes live, you guys are going to be playing it. Um, playing it a ton, so we'll very much appreciate the feedback. So awesome. Thanks, everyone. Cheers.